AM 1430 WBEV Beaver Dam. It's 1 o'clock. Time for more community comment. Here's Craig Warmbold.
And we continue our conversation with the candidate for Dodge County Sheriff, Dale Schmidt, in the studio here with us. His name will be appearing on the November 4th ballot. He's facing a challenge from the incumbent Sheriff, Patricia Ninman, who has mounted a write-in campaign following the August election. We, in the second segments of our programs today with both Mr. Schmidt and Ms. Ninman, will be giving the candidates the opportunity to open the phone lines up and take questions. 920-885-4442 is the phone number if you want to chime in on the conversation. We're going to begin this segment by asking our guests to put his headphones on, make sure they're... Can you hear us okay? Yeah. Make sure they're tuned on and say, welcome to Community Comment. You're on the air.
Yes, good afternoon. I have a quick question for Sergeant Schmidt, and then I have one quick follow-up question.
Okay.
Sergeant, according to the website Verify the Recall, you signed the Scott Walker recall petition on November 20th, 2011. Your signature appears on line 3 on page 5,168. Your comment, please?
That is not correct. That is not my signature. I did not sign the recall petition. There are 3 Dale Schmidts in and around Beaver Dam. I am not the one that signed it. In fact, I voted for Governor Walker twice.
Okay, good enough.
And your follow-up question, sir? All right. I guess there's no follow-up to that. We will remind our listeners that the phone lines are open if you would like to chime in on the conversation. You got a question, you've got a comment, feel free to give us a call here during the second segment. This transition, how's it gone?
It has not gone well. As I explained on Monday, I approached my opponent the day after the election. I expressed the interest. I wanted to have a transition. I wanted it to be smooth. And we had a conversation out there about the jail electronics security electronics upgrade, the 911 upgrade system. She said she was willing to help me with that, and we haven't been able to do that. I wanted to go to a meeting with at the law enforcement committee in early September. Asked permission from 3 different administrators. It was granted permission to go to that meeting while on duty, and it didn't affect staffing at all. We were fine. They thought it was a good idea for me to go, and 10 minutes before that meeting, which discussed the 2015 budget, which discussed the upgrade on the security electronics, which discussed the 911 upgrade, those were all on the agenda. But my opponent decided that it wasn't a good idea for me to go, and those are the obstacles we've had. She hasn't been at work very much, very seldom that she's there for a full day's work. In fact, this week, at least up until today, she's been at work 1 day, and it just hasn't been there. She's unapproachable, and it's not gone well, but I'm hoping that after November, we can put this behind us and we can get to work on the business that needs to happen in January.
And we do have a caller. I'll ask them to be patient. I just have a quick follow-up there. The meeting to which you're referring now, this was a meeting that would have taken place during the time that you would have been on the job, essentially.
Correct.
What do you feel that you should have been able to go while on the job? Are other employees able to go to cover these meetings while they're on the job?
This is a unique situation. I was elected to be the next sheriff of Dodge County in August, and it's a situation where if there's a meeting that's going on of some importance for that particular employee, yes, we go. The administration staff goes. Some of the other employees, if there's a meeting that pertains to them, they go while on shift. It's county operations, and it only makes sense for the new administrator coming in January to go to these meetings and learn what's going on so that we can be efficient in the operations of the Sheriff's Department come 2015.
All right. 920-885-4442, the phone number if you want to chime in on this segment. We'll go to the phones and say good afternoon. Welcome to Community Comment.
Hi, I got a question for Dale. I'd like to know, I was at the parade in Columbus, the 4th of July parade, and you are saying you're a Republican. Why was you walking with a donkey? And also, on the WBEV, one of your comments was you would not put anything on the web and have anything out there for anybody to see, because any officer that puts things on the web isn't worth a grain of salt. And I see a lot of officers on there. I'd like you to comment on that.
Thank you for the call.
Well, for the parade in Columbus, one of my advisors has a donkey. I guess I didn't put two and two together and think of Democrat, but we put a sign on it, and it was kind of something for the kids. We had a sign on it. They walked up, they pet it. We also had a miniature horse out there. I guess having an elephant walk down Main Street in Columbus probably wouldn't have been very appropriate. If I could do that, I think that'd be a great stunt to pull off, but I guess I didn't really think of it. The second question, in regards to publishing online, that's my personal feeling that I do not want to put my personnel file online for the protection of my wife, protection of my daughter, protection of myself. I've been out there enforcing the laws for the last 14 years. I've made some people not happy because I've taken them to jail. Well, my opponent can't say that. She hasn't taken anybody to jail. She's issued one citation throughout her career. Putting more and more information out there just it's not wise to do so. I see no reason to do it. I am happy to meet with absolutely anyone who wants to. It will be at a central location in Juneau. You can come to Juneau. I will show you my file. I have no problem doing that. Feel free. As soon as I get that information, I will get it to Craig. I'll get it to the media, and you come out and you come talk to me, and we'll go through it. I have nothing to hide, and I've never claimed to be hiding anything.
Back to the phone lines. We'll say good afternoon. Welcome to Community Comment. You're on the air. Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
If you could turn your radio down, please. Thank you.
Dale, everything you've talked about so far is about your opponent. You still haven't told the public anything about what you are going to do.
Well, it's interesting you should say that, because at the break, I told Craig that we were going to start talking about my 100-day plan. And I've told the public over and over and over again what I plan to do. It's my opponent who hasn't done that.
Well, I'd love to hear it.
I'd love to tell you. So first of all, if you'd like to find out what my plans are, you can go to my website, voteforschmidt.com.
I don't have internet. My eyes can't look at it.
Okay. Well, this is for the rest of the public. I've also put letters to the editor. All my letters to the editor have been published on my website. They were in the paper. Lays out my plans. My plans include a 100-day plan. That 100-day plan is a work in progress. And I'll tell you, over the last couple of weeks, it's kind of fell by the wayside because I've had to get back into campaign mode. It's a work in progress. In my July letter to the editor, I said that I would release my 100-day plan in January because it won't be complete until I take office, because I need a vision and I need goals. And it is my intention to work with the employees of the Sheriff's Department to develop those vision, goals, mission statement. And the reason I want to do that is so that I can get employee buy-in. Because if the employees don't believe what I want to do, they're not going to do it. So we're going to get employee buy-in to get that accomplished. I have put together a very long list of items that need to be addressed, and I continue to compile that list. Those will be in my 100-day plan on what we're going to do, which will be released in January. Now let's talk about the things I have talked about. Let's talk about the heroin epidemic. I've released Operation Tee-Off, treatment, education, and enforcement. I've talked till I've been blue in the face on that program. We're going to work on treatment for the users of the opioid drugs. We are going to work on educating our youth, educating our teachers, educating our paramedics, educating our professionals so that they can identify when there's a problem and get assistance as soon as possible. We're going to work on bolstering our enforcement of the drugs, of the opioids, so that the drug users and the drug dealers know that if they come into Dodge County, that there are going to be repercussions, whether it be treatment or enforcement or some sort of prison time. That depends on the offense and if you're a user or a dealer. But I've talked about that, and I've talked about it over and over again. What else am I going to do? Well, we've talked about New World. Again, we've talked about that over and over and over again. I plan on having a meeting with the police chiefs, the IT department, and the IT committee so that we can discuss what options we have in regards to fixing the New World disaster, and do so in the most fiscally responsible way possible. I don't want to spend this money any more than you. It's my money just like it's yours. In fact, I have an email from Ruth Otto. She forwarded it to me with a lot of comments on New World. She had a recent visit from some New World reps. And in this email, it states that we've had not a lot of forward movement on fixing what we deem to be issues with the system. The CAD discussion was rather confrontational and quite frankly opened our eyes to how many of our customers look at you the same as we do. Everywhere from Oklahoma to Minnesota, communications and dispatch directors have expressed their anger and disappointment with New World and its unwillingness to address system issues that impact our jobs tremendously. To be frank, this last visit from New World has raised even greater concerns. She goes on and says, we clearly heard at the users group conference that we have been to that we are the beta testers of the region, and that isn't happening anymore. We will wait until one of the other agencies go first and hear how it works for them.
Now, in regards to New World, your opponent has pointed out in this recent round of the election race that this was not a decision this was a decision essentially made by former Sheriff Todd Nails.
Ultimately, it was Todd Nails that made the decision. However, what my opponent wants to distance herself from is that she was the project manager. There were 18 people that were on the committee. She was in charge of it. She was there giving direction to them on how they were going to move forward. She was there, fielding phone calls from these reps. She was the project manager, and that's what she wants to distance herself from because she knows there are issues with this. And the IT director, Ruth Otto, knows there are issues with this, and that's why she's sending out this email. I've met with the county administrator. I've met with Ruth. They are frustrated. Like I said on Monday, one of the IT employees puts in 30 hours a week today on New World alone. He told me he should have been down to 2 hours in January. That's 28 hours a week that he is spending on New World that he should be spending on the new Kronos project, our new timekeeping system. The new Dragon system, which is to assist secretaries in typing reports. He should be out working on other projects, and that is costly to the taxpayers.
All right, we'll go back to the phones and say good afternoon. Welcome to Community Comment. You're on the air.
Hi, Dale. This is Jody Justman, your treasurer. I just wanted to let everybody know that when I met you a few years ago, when my daughter was an explorer and she still is an explorer, I just want everybody to know that you've always treated us with the utmost respect and that I'm very proud to be your treasurer and that we love working with you. And I just want everybody to know that it's just laughable that the comment that you made that you hate women.
Thank you, Jody. I guess I have nothing to add to that. I appreciate your service to me and to the people of Dodge County. You're a great treasurer and you got a great family.
I think we got time to squeeze one or two more in. We'll go to the phone. Say good afternoon. Welcome to Community Comment. You're on the air.
Hi there. This is just a comment to Dale. I feel you're doing a great job, and to keep it up, and you have my vote on November 4th, and every time I do see you out in the public, you're always very professional and polite, and everyone should go to the polls November 4th and should be Dale Schmidt for sheriff. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for the call. If they're all that short, we might have time for two or three more. Go back to the phones. We'll say good afternoon. Welcome to Community Comment. You are on the air.
Thank you. This question's for Dale Schmidt. DSERT and Posse are voluntary organizations that saves Dodge County a lot of money. Why would you want to get rid of them?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked me that question. I agree with you 100%. I have no intentions of getting rid of DSERT. I have no intentions of getting rid of Posse. That is another false statement that was put out there, I'm assuming, by somebody on my opponent's side. Not true. I utilize DSERT on a regular basis. I utilize Posse when I get a chance to. Are there some improvements we can make? Sure, we can make improvements on any program. But for somebody to put that out there is simply not true. I have nothing more really to say on that other than I thank each of you who work on Posse. I thank each of you who work as part of DSERT for the work that you do, and I look forward to working with all of you for many years to come.
All right, let's try to get another one and say good afternoon. Welcome to the Community Comment Program here on AM 1430 WBEV. You're on the air. Good afternoon. Okay, Bill's punching a button. We're hitting pause on the official time clock here for Dale. Good afternoon. Welcome to Community Comment. You're on the air. Seems to be a technical problem. Would you like to take a moment while we're trying to get the technical problem straightened out to I mean, what can you do with New World if it's a broken system? Other than spending $1 million on another system, what are your options here?
The goal of this system from the very beginning was for it to be a county-wide records management system. And Ruth Otto told me and agrees with me that this is nowhere near ready for that. We're 15, 16 months into it now. And my goal is, like I said earlier, to get the chiefs together, get the IT together, and have a meeting and put all options on the table so that we can figure out what are we going to do. Is it something where we need to discuss with New World? Are we going to get this fixed or not? Are you going to reimburse us for the failed services you provided? And what it's going to be is the chiefs and myself will sit down. It's not going to be Sheriff Dale Schmidt coming in and saying we're going to do it my way because I said so. We are going to come together as a group and make a decision on what the best course of action for the citizens of Dodge County is. And we will move forward in whatever direction we all decide collaboratively. Of course, like I said, I don't want to spend a lot of money, but we need to make sure that the public is safe. Right now, there are a lot of issues, and it is the number one system in Dodge County in relation to importance, in relation to safety, and we need to make sure that it is the proper system for us that works and keeps all our people safe.
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to Community Comment.
Yeah, good afternoon. I was just going to say I've known Dale Schmidt just about my entire life. Went to school with Dale, and you're not going to meet a nicer, honest, fair person than Dale Schmidt. He is a good guy that's going to make a great sheriff for Dodge County, and I just almost brings tears to my eyes when I'm talking because he is a wonderful family man, and his parents are loving parents. But beside that, Dale is an awesome guy and would make a great sheriff for Dodge County.
Thank you very much, Glenn. I appreciate it.
And thank you for those calls. We will open up phone calls in the second segment of our next conversation with Patricia Ninman. Let's get one more in there. I think we have time for one more. We'll say good afternoon. Welcome to Community Comment.
Hey, I just want to make a comment to Sheriff Schmidt. I believe you're going to do an outstanding job. You're the only person on the ballot that's a true Republican. You did not have to inquire with anybody on what party to run. You already knew you were a Republican, and I wish you luck.
All right, thank you for those phone calls. We've got 3 minutes left on the clock here, sir. We invite you to make your final pitch to the voters in Dodge County.
Well, I'm going to ask you not to buy into the smoke and mirrors that my opponent is trying to throw out there. They're desperate attempts to regain a position which she has lost. I also ask you not to be complacent. Please get out there and vote. If you voted for me once on November 4th, I need you to get out and vote for me again. If you didn't vote for me in August, go ahead and get out and vote for me on November 4th. It's important that we have positive leadership in Dodge County. It's important not only for us at the Sheriff's Department, but also for you and the public. We need to get away from the political stunts that are done solely for election purposes. We need to get back to public safety. Public safety, which I and my department will provide to you at a level which you can be proud of. On November 4th, please get out and vote for the only name on the ballot, Dale Schmidt. So you have any other questions? I can leave it at that, Craig.
Well, we do have 2 minutes on the clock here, and you, of course, are entitled to the full 20 minutes. I guess we could say, did this catch you by surprise when you found yourself basically running for election again?
No, not at all. It's been rumored for quite some time, and frankly, just knowing history always tells you what will happen in the future, and we were able to predict that this was going to happen. But at the same time, we remain positive. We've remained positive throughout the entire campaign. We're going to continue to remain positive, and we're looking forward to a great working relationship with the public, with the media. I know you like to hear that, and we look forward to making Dodge County a safer place to live, safer place to work, and a safer place for our children to grow up in. And being a new father, I especially now realize the importance of having a good, safe place to grow up and raise a family. Looking forward to working with many of you. Feel free to come. If you see me out in the public, feel free to come up and introduce yourself to me. Say hi. And if you have questions, concerns, call me. stop in my office come January. Stop in my office now, and come talk to me, and we'll make it a good working relationship for everybody.
All right, Dale Schmidt is the candidate appearing on the ballot on the November 4th election. His challenger in the August primary has mounted a write-in campaign. Incumbent Sheriff Patricia Ninman will be joining us on the program here. Same format as the first go-around, 2 20-minute segments. That second 20-minute segment, the candidate has the option of taking phone calls. We'll take a break here and